I got a male down in the middle of the street.
It was the news Tampa residents had been fearing for weeks. Police here speculating that a possible serial killer may have struck again.
Fourth family now in mourning over a senseless and random killing.
It is shortly before 5 a.m. when police receive a call of shots fired in the Seminole Heights neighborhood.
The shooter ran east.
Officers arrive in seconds and find the body of 60-year-old Ronald Felton shot dead.
Someone came up from behind and shot him.
Police believe his murder may be linked to a spate of recent horrific killings that have shaken this Tampa neighborhood to its core.
Police and the FBI are going door to door in southeast Seminole Heights trying to track down the killer.
Witnesses telling officers they missed the suspect by just 5 seconds, describing him as a thin black man about 6 feet tall.
This has got to stop, and we will hunt this person down until we find them.
Police say the killing spree began on October 9th at 9 p.m. with the death of 22-year-old Benjamin Mitchell. Mitchell was shot while waiting alone at a bus stop. 4 days later,
she didn't have a chance to get married.
The body of 32-year-old Monica Hoffa is found in this empty lot down the street and around the corner from the scene where Mitchell was killed. Monica's uncle devastated.
She loved everything. Her interest was community and the deaf community. She loved everybody.
Their suffering felt throughout the community.
We don't want Monica to be forgotten, but we don't want everybody to forget there's 2 other families that's just as bad as us right now.
Following Hoffa's death, a third murder, that of 20-year-old Anthony Naiboa.
It just sounded really close, and like 5 minutes after that, the paramedics came.
Naiboa was a recent high school graduate who had autism. Police say he was killed while on his way home from work.
I can't imagine how difficult this is right now.
His family heartbroken.
Whoever did this, it turned our life upside down.
It's a shame that, I won't be able to see him anymore, talk to him anymore.
Then this morning, that fourth victim, Ronald Felton, who was on his way to feed the homeless.
I love him, but he's still gonna be in me. He's gonna be in my heart.
Police point to the fact that each victim was gunned down within a half mile of each other. They also say that in each shooting, the victim was alone, but wasn't robbed.
Again, I keep urging and I keep stating for past days, please, whoever knows anything, stand up, do not be afraid. Because this has to stop, it really does.
We are in the hunting mode.
Police have been desperately searching for this person of interest. Here he is walking in the direction of one of the crime scenes, then running away from it. Police have also released this longer, enhanced video that they believe shows the same person strolling casually toward the crime scene earlier that night, flipping a cell phone in his hand. Police hoping someone recognizes what they believe could be a significant clue.
They take the phone and actually flip it. Is that a habit? Does someone know a friend that I see them do that all the time? And so anything that may trip somebody's memory and help them recognize that person, that's what we're trying to bring to their attention.
Neighbors have been concerned for weeks.
Can you just talk about how strange this is for something like this to happen, how unnerving, how scary it is?
The first time that anything this terrific has happened.
Ron Davis says he won't be caught off guard.
I just brought him out of the safe. I mean, now's the time. We got to protect my family.
Some parents saying they now prefer to drive their children to school rather than having them walk alone.
I have never seen this many police officers. It's unsettling, but it's settling.
Late last month, I joined Officer Bob Barrett as he conducted nightly patrols.
Hey guys, are y'all heading home?
Checking on neighbors, especially those alone, and searching for the killer.
We're passing right by the spot where Benjamin Mitchell was killed.
That's why we're out here. We drive past that every day, and makes us remember why we're out here. We want this guy, we really do. And so is the family, and so is the neighborhood.
The sentiment is all too familiar to residents of the Washington, D.C. area.
We're interrupting your regularly scheduled programming to bring you news of a frightening chain of events in Montgomery County.
Back in October of 2002, what was believed to be a lone sniper terrorized the D.C. Beltway with a random shooting spree. In the end, there would be 10 murders over 3 weeks.
People just really can't understand how someone could do this.
There was just a seemingly random gunshot that came from seemingly anywhere.
In each shooting, the victims were killed by a high-caliber rifle shot from a distance.
When I talk to people who are pumping their gas or going to the gym or eating at a diner, they walk crooked lines. They weave when they walk. They won't wear red and yellow outside anymore.
I mean, everyone's keeping their children inside. No one's going to playgrounds. All the after-school activities have been canceled.
and you just want your children to be safe.
The 8th victim was a 13-year-old child walking into school.
Someone is so mean-spirited that they shot a child. Now, all of our victims have been innocent, have been defenseless.
The number of victims and fear on the rise caused then-President Bush to step in.
I've ordered the full resources of the federal government to help local law enforcement officials in their efforts to capture this person.
More than 1,300 federal officers were assigned to the case. ABC contributor Brad Garrett, an FBI agent at the time, was one of them.
Literally, this case had thousands and thousands of leads because people were scared.
Some of those leads began to pay off.
We got a vehicle description, then we got a tag number, and that tag was spotted at a rest area in Maryland, not too awfully far from D.C., by a guy going to work. He called it in. The police surrounded the car at some point, pulled them both out, and placed them in the custody.
41-year-old John Allen Muhammad and 17-year-old Lee Boyd Malvo were arrested and charged with the shootings. Garrett interrogated Malvo and got him to confess.
I mentioned the movie The Matrix, and his eyes just dropped and immediately connected with mine. It got him to a point where he was willing at least to start talking to us. We got him to walk through a number of the shootings as to what occurred, was he driving, etc. We basically got a pretty decent confession out of him during those 5 or 6 hours.
15 years later, Brad Garrett is hoping Tampa police get a similar break in their case.
The terror in the community obviously is going to be similar, and the utter importance it is for the public to continue to feed the police with information to figure out who this guy is, because that's ultimately what caught the D.C. snipers.
Back in Florida tonight, police promising to keep their community safe.
We need to catch this killer before we have to notify one more family that one of their loved ones is dead. Not in our town, not in this neighborhood, not now, and we're going to stay on this until we catch this guy.
Thy kingdom come, thy will be done.
For Nightline, I'm Victor Okendo in Tampa, Florida. Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.